Explain before I come round to answering the question. If you, well, the people watching this program at home now are tuned on their television set to TVS. In the room around them, also, they're not aware of it, they can't see it, are the frequencies of BBC One, BBC Two, Channel 4, satellite television, radios 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, all the telecommunications equipment, etc., etc. They can't see them, but they are there. And neither can any of those other frequencies see or be aware of all the others. But if you tune your set to the frequency you want, in this program's case TVS, that's what you get. And what we are...
believe in a quantum theory of time. But you know that if you have a radio in your living room and it's you have all frequencies in your living room, BBC, Radio Moscow, ABC, but your radio is tuned to one frequency. You're decoherent from all the other frequencies. You're only coherent with one frequency.
Right.
We now believe that the universe is vibrating and that there are vibrations of different universes right in this room. There are the universes of dinosaurs, because the comet didn't hit 65 million years ago. They're the wave function of aliens from outer space, looking at the rubble of an Earth that already was destroyed, all in your living room, except we have decohered from them. We're no longer in tune with them. We don't vibrate with them. Therefore, our universe is tuned to one frequency, right. Our universe. But it means that probably there are other parallel universes in your living room, and believe it or not, this is called modern physics. Now, we don't like to tell chemistry students and first-year students the idea of parallel worlds, because it would upset them. You know, they might go crying, you know, crying to their mother. But hey, get used to it. This is the modern interpretation of the quantum theory, that many worlds represents reality.
That we're given in food and drink, which distorts, as you quite rightly say, the vibrational field of the body. And what we are, we're receiver transmitters of information. And this reality is basically what I call it the holographic internet. We are receiving information and we are decoding it into this reality. We're like computers in a Wi-Fi internet situation. The matrix, the reality we're decoding, is actually all around us. Just like the Wi-Fi is all around us in this room. We can't see it, but when we decode it, suddenly it becomes a room. It appears to be solid. Now, this room can't be solid because it's made up of atoms, and atoms have no solidity. This is the great bewildering conundrum that scientists have. And the reason they can't work out how something solid can be made out of a non-solid thing like atoms is because this isn't solid. This appears solid because that's decoded that way through the mind. So what they're trying to do is this bombardment of electromagnetic, microwave, chemical onslaught is to distort and disharmonize the body in terms of its receiving, transmitting, so that it's limiting the range of frequencies that we can access, therefore the range of awareness and perception that we can decode. So not doing that stuff makes it easier. But the other thing is that, there's a lot more to know about this. I don't claim to know it all. But it is all about frequency. And this manipulation is operating within a certain frequency range. While we allow ourselves to be manipulated to vibrate within that frequency range, we're playing within the stadium of manipulation. Once you open your consciousness and open your heart, you start vibrating to a faster frequency. And it's a frequency that eventually goes beyond the frequency of manipulation. So it's like they become Radio 1 trying to manipulate Radio 2. They can't get at you because they're no longer in that frequency range that you're operating at. And this is why, as I detail in the books and the talks, the whole of society is structured to hold us through emotional and mental and physical manipulation in this frequency range that they operate in. And once we're in there, then we're affected by their electromagnetics, by their microwaves, by all this stuff. by food additives. Once you go beyond that frequency, all those food additives and all those microwaves and all that electromagnetic pollution is operating within a frequency range that no longer touches you. This is the power of us to overcome these things is massive, but only when we become aware that we have that